Hello everybody, Joe Bagnotes here, welcome back to another episode of Umineko. Last time we left off, Unjay is having trouble coping with the fact that maybe, her grand mission in life isn't as complicated, as it turned out to be. And maybe, her mental trauma might have, overinflated some things. Which, yeah, that's understandable. So she's, having a bit of an issue, but is it really all so simple? Only one way to find out is to keep going. I just got off work. It was hot today, very humid. Like it wasn't super hot, but it was like really humid. I'm talking like the entire day. There's just a haze over everything. It's like you go outside, the second you get out of the breeze, sweaty, gross. Nasty. But that's over. Now I'm inside in my hot, sweaty, gross, nasty house where there's no AC. And probably like no insulation. Honestly, when it comes to evening, the inside of my house is hotter than it is outside. Like, markedly so. Like, I'll go outside to take out my trash and it's like, this nice, refreshing night air. And then I go back inside and it's like a fucking sauna. But I can't open my windows, because most of my windows don't even have screens on them. Only a select few, and the ones that do, they all have holes and they're bent in the corners. Old house is what it is. Hell, even when they're closed, bugs still get in sometimes. No idea how. There's gaps, places. It's drafty in the winter. This place sucks. But the rent's real cheap. And the housing market around here is real fucking bad, so there's nowhere else to go. I say it like I'm living in a hovel. It's actually a really nice neighborhood. Well, I wouldn't say really nice, but it's a nice little tucked away corner where the only thing I have to worry about is the fire station blowing my eardrums out whenever I'm outside. But, the sacrifices we make for really cheap rent. Moving on.
それだけ嫌われりゃ会長もあの世で笑いが止まらねえでしょうぜ。
うるさいわね。あのクソババアの罪を暴くのよ。
I'm sure you will.
すべて吹き飛ばして
I mean, no
完全
doubt,
犯罪
even,
私は認めない。
after the family conference in 1986, Ava definitely did commit a lot of crimes because she's rich, which means tax evasion.
つまりお嬢の旅は
But then again,
家族
she's
の
also
ための
rich,
復讐の
so
旅ってわけだ。
never get charged for him.
悪い？
まさか。生きる目的があるの大いに結構ですぜ。
それ切ってくれる？
Yeah, the shitty jazz.
おや M ザッキーはお嫌いで
That was mean. It's not shitty. Jazz just isn't like my like go-to. Amakusa turned off the radio. The dull sound of the engine became the BGM that filled the
お
car.
かしい？弔い合戦なんて。
別にそれを生きる目的にしてる連中に戦地じゃよく会いま
Also,
した
once
か
again,
ら。
that's like the largest check engine light I've ever goddamn seen. Except, instead of engine, it's the entire car.
あんた、傭兵で戦場に行ったことあるのよね。
まあほどほどには。
家族の仇を取るために戦っている人っ
Oh
て
yeah, of course. That's like most insurgencies.
強い？
そりゃ強いですぜ。
No, it depends.
家族の仇を取るために体に爆弾を巻きつけて自爆するやつだっている。人は仇討ちのために死ねる生き物ですぜ。
そうね。私も死ねるわ。
少年兵ってやつをご存知で、
Yep.
子供の兵隊？
そうです。親を亡くした身寄りのない子供たちが武装勢力に拾われて兵士になるんです。
Yeah, like all the West African civil wars. Good times.
パンと銃を与えられ復讐の方法を教えられる。所詮は子供、使い捨てですがね。引き金さえ引けりゃ戦場じゃ誰だって兵士にな
Yeah,
る。
they're small and lightweight, less likely to set up landmines.
私がそれだって言いた
That's a
いの。
lie, I just made that up.
復讐は生きる目的になります。
Though, being lightweight and fast was one thing that, God, who fought in it? It was in the Toyota Wars. That's a real thing, look it up. I want to say Libya and one other country just rolling around in technicals, which are essentially homemade military vehicles. And again, in most cases, it's a Toyota pickup truck with fucking like machine guns and like anti-aircraft cannons strapped onto the back. But they found out that if they maxed those fuckers out, they could drive over anti-vehicle mines and not set them off, because they would be on them for such a short amount of time they wouldn't trigger. So they would just be hauling ass across the desert, like right through fucking fortified lines, and not fucking set them off.
そして兵士になれるほどの力も与えます。親の亡骸にすがって泣くことしかできなかった少女が一夜にして兵士に生まれ変われるほどの奇跡を見せてくれる。
But does it make you a good one?
復讐ってやつほどパワーを与えてくれるものはありませんぜ。
そうでしょうね。それがまさに私だわ。
少年兵問題ってのをご存知で？
Once the fighting's over, they have no way to reintegrate with society, and they just end up, I don't know, little fucking menaces.
知らないわ。
銃を与えられ復讐の仕方を習った少年兵は、いや、少し違う。それを銃を撃つ理由にします。しかし復讐ってのは終わりがない。いつしか銃を撃つのに理由がなくなってくるんです。
どういう意味？
What do you do after?
復讐のために銃を撃っていた。それがやがて理由もなく銃を撃つようになるんです。
復讐を忘れてしまうということ？
できもしない復讐にやがて疲れ果て、その目的を忘れちまうんです。
Yeah, it can be tough to keep that flame burning, you know, when you get that real burning inspiration to go do something, and then, maybe after a couple weeks, you're really cool on the idea, and you're like, maybe not.
そして手元には銃しかない。やがて
Usually it's for like mundane stuff, like, I don't know, going on vacation or learning a new language or something.
復讐のために銃を取った少年兵はやがて野党か何かになり果てるってこと？
I mean, yeah.
何しろ学校にも通わず職も学ばせてもらわなかった連中です。
They only learned how to shoot guns. They were only ever praised when they killed the enemy.
やがて自分の生きる目的は復讐のためでなく、その手段のためだけになり果てていく。気の毒なことです。
Yep. Hot take, child soldiers, generally a bad concept.
私の場合だと何だってのよ。
真実を暴くことに疲れ果て、お嬢はやがて後ろ宮エヴァを憎むだけの人生になり果てていく。
Yep.
すでにそうだけど何か？
そういえばそうでしたっけ？
Yeah, but it'll become more like all-consuming. I'm not sure what Amakusa is trying to say. Probably something annoying. So, I'm not interested.
復讐なんてくだらないことだ。そう言いたいんでしょ？
No, revenge is cool. You can do it. You just gotta have like a, an after plan, Because once it's all done, then what?
なんだってできる若
Just
さ。
fucking go kick rocks or something?
その貴重な若さを費やすには、ちょいとこの旅はもったいねえんじゃねえかなと思います。
余計なお世話よ。私ね、ほら、飛び降りたでしょ？ビルから。
せっかく九死に一生を得たってのに。
あの時ね、私は死んだのよ。
And you were reborn.
だから、私はもう亡霊ってわけ。家族の仇を討つために。あの日の真実を暴
Alright, so you're
くこ
going
とだ
off
けを目的として
the
ね。
borrowed time kind of life, a life motivation.
やれやれ。お嬢は大した鉄の意志をお持ちだ。
あんたみたいな軽薄な男に私の気持ちなんてわからないわよ。
After that, Amakusa was forced to shut his mouth. He shrugged, but Anjay didn't see. Even so, Amakusa spoke once more.
お嬢とこの旅を始めた一番最初の日、お嬢は言いました。あの日、あの島で何があったか知りたいと。
今だってそうよ。何か変わった？
今はこう言ってます。 後宮エヴァの罪を暴くため、あの日あの島で何があったか知りたいと。
全く同じじゃない。
It's more like you started for self-satisfaction and now it's to, you know, get one over on the old bat.
まあそうですな。
私、眠いからもう寝るわ。少し黙っててくれる？着いたら教えて。
It's like, you know, it's more of a, I don't want to say malicious motivation instead of just like, you know, the more general search for truth, and now it's to, you know, enact, you know, a perceived attack on her character or whatever. But, you know, she's dead, so what does it matter?
え？了。
I wasn't particularly tired, really. I just said that because I didn't like talking about this.
ならないでくださいよ、少年兵には。
Anjay, who decided to feign sleep, ignored him. But Amakusa kept talking. I wanted to make sure she heard at least this much.
お嬢の旅は最初、真実を知る旅でした。それがだんだん復讐の旅になっている。真実を暴くことで復讐する旅だ。しかしお嬢も分かってる通り、六軒島にはもう何も残ってやしません。
Yeah, the entire place is pretty much gone, which explains why she never actually swung by the mansion when she went there before.
何の跡形も残ってやしない。真実を暴くことは並大抵のことじゃないかもしれませんぞ。
I know what Amakusa's trying to say. The police searched the scene so thoroughly just after the crime, and even they weren't able to find any physical evidence proving that Ushimiya Eva was the culprit. And a full 12 years had passed since then. If the truth could be discovered by a girl like me, waving wads of cash around to pick up a bit of info from those who were somehow related to the incident, then someone would have exposed the truth long ago. I might not be able to reach the truth. If so, then my first desire, to expose the truth, will probably fade away. After that, only my hatred for Eva will remain. Just like the child soldiers who forgot their original purpose and lived just to shoot. I'll forget my original purpose and live just to hate. For all my hatred of Ushimiya Eva, my revenge of exposing the truth will have been foiled. And I will go on hating her anyway, and that will become all there is to my life. Is there any difference between shooting a revenge and shooting to live? When you pull the trigger, someone dies either way. And what about my case? Is there any difference between hating Eva as I expose the truth, and hating Eva after I've given up? There's no difference. In the end, whether I find the truth or not, I'll just keep on cursing Eva over and over until I die. What a crappy life. But now, that's all I have left. Ushimiya Eva stole my family, so I'll take revenge by exposing her crimes and showing the world. My consciousness slowly drifted away into sleep. Why is Oni-chan showing me such a bizarre Rokenjima? Is this supposed to be the truth? Enough with this farce. Why is even Oni-chan trying to hide the truth from me? I'm trying to find it so I can avenge him and the others. Or would Oni-chan say the same thing as Amakusa? That revenge is meaningless, so I should stop. Is that why he's speaking in riddles, trying to make everything more confusing? That's none of his business. I'm not trying to take revenge for their sakes. I'm doing it for my sake, too. After all, that's the only thing I'm living for. Taking revenge is my reason to live. I don't have a clue what Oni-chan is thinking. Once again, I have a real knack for stopping right before a chapter break, huh? Halloween party, I love those. They're always full of copious amounts of alcohol and slutty costumes. I think the last one I went to, I ended up sleeping in a bush. Outside, the rain had started to pour down hard. Like, I drank a lot of jungle juice. Whatever was in that bowl fucked me up something fierce. We were playing beer pong, and I was, like, leaning super hard in one direction and was having trouble aiming when I was throwing the ball. Outside, the rain had started to pour down hard. I already read that line. However, inside the cousin's room, it was loud and cheery. It could have been raining spears, and no one would have paid any attention. Nice! Made of, what pears? The cousins were all bursting, I want to say bustling, but no, it says bursting, with energy, sitting in a circle on the bed.
バトラがでかく張るときは役なしのことが多いと思ってたんだがな。
そう思わせるためにここまで負けてきたんだぜ。最後に勝つために負けを布石する男。後ろ宮バトラ。
Lose the battle, win the war.
おお、バトラすごい、バトラすごい。マリア、またコインなくなっちゃった。
私のコイン
You
は
guys
分けて
playing
や
with
る
like
よ。
chocolate coins?
一緒にバトラをぶっ潰そうぜ。
With just a deck of cards, the cousins could enjoy themselves for many hours. They were so engrossed with that occasional thunderbolt, hardly even registered as static in the background.
そろそろお腹が空いたね。夕食はまだかな。
そう、そろそろじゃないかな。今夜はゴーダさんたち、ずいぶん張り切ってたな。
Yes, Jessica, there's a meal to
と
die
いうことは
for.
随分と期待できそうだぜ。俺の6年ぶりの再会を祝してかな。
さっきシャノンに聞いたけど、ハロウィンパーティーがあるって言ってたよ。ホールで立食形式でやるそうだよ。
You know, now that I think about it, there's not really that many traditional Halloween foods.
すごいね。
ハロウィンパーティー？すごいすごい。
Like, you don't really eat pumpkin on Halloween. That's more of like a Thanksgiving thing. So I can see them wrapping it into it, you know, just for like the thematic sake.
はーい、どちら様？
There was a knock at the door. I mean, there was a knock, the door opened, and Anjay was there. Anjay had been sleeping in their parents' room.
おお、エンジェか。起きたか。
あのね、晩ご飯だからお屋敷行くって。準備しなさいって。ご飯だご飯だ。お腹すいた。
Perhaps because she was the hungriest, Maria celebrated more vigorously than any other. She jumped up happily and hopped off the bed. As the others all clambered off the bed and started putting their shoes on, Kiri and Rudolph came into view.
ほらガキども、飯だぞ。
今日はなんだか素敵みたいよ。楽しみね。
マリア知ってる？
Damn, I haven't eaten yet. Now I'm getting hungry thinking about, like, all sorts of
ハロ
dinner
ウィン
stuff.
パーティー？マリアだけ知っててエンジェは知らない。お母さん、ハロウィンパーティーって何？
さあ、
Normally it's like a costume party too, but
行ってのお楽しみ。
it's a little short notice.
みんな、ええか。そろそろ行くで。
皆様、お揃いでしょうか。ご案内いたします。マリア、こっちいらっしゃい。襟が変よ。ああ、お腹空いちゃったわ。
Hey, quit rubbing
親
it
族
in.
会議の一番の楽しみは食事よね。
I probably have something frozen in the freezer I can
エ
eat.
ンジェちゃんはお腹空いた？
Make some like 2-year-old fried rice that's in there. Just frozen in an absolute cinder block. Ava smiled at Anjay.
着いた。
エンジェ、着きましたでしょ。
いいのよ。そうよね。お腹空いたわよね。おばさんもお腹ペコペコよ。
よし、出発するぞ。表は風も強いみたいだからな。傘を飛ばされるなよ。
Yep, time to get wet on the way to the mansion.
皆様、傘をお持ちください。
You know, when the wind's blowing sideways, I mean, when the rain's blowing sideways, it's hard to, like, you know, keep everything dry with an umbrella.
はい、エンジェちゃん、傘。
ありがとう、エヴァおばさん。
やっぱり女の子は可愛いわね。今度おばさんのお家にも遊びにいらっしゃい。約束よ。
エヴァおばさんって エンジェのことを気に入ってるんだ。
Yep. Just fucking rubbing salt on Anjay's wounds right
母
there.
さんは本当は娘が欲しかったらしいんだよ。
Yeah, she's the doting type.
聞いたことあるぜ。小さい頃私も随分可愛がってもらった気がする。
うちのママは本当は男の子が良かったって言ってたよ。
元気に生まれてきてくれれば性別なんてどうでもいいのよ。マリアは大切な神様からの授かり物なんだから。
Get a couple drinks in you and then tell us how you really feel. When they got outside, the wind was fairly strong. Ava, who had now really hit it off with Anjay, offered to share an umbrella with the little girl. It was hard to tell what they were chatting so excitedly about, but it seemed that they were already getting along splendidly. Tyler opened his umbrella as he watched this. His little sister was cute when she clung to him, but she was just as cute and adorable when looking up at someone else with a happy smile. The wind and rain were strong, but even this must have been the perfect spice to heighten their anticipation of the coming meal. Look at that. Thanks to some festive decorations, the main hall had been remade into the scene of a Halloween party. The Ushiromiya family always took meals in the dining hall. This was the first time they had ever seen a buffet-style party set up in the main dining hall. Damn, go to one hand.
Yo, バトラー。おお、マリア。久しぶりであるな。
ハッピーハロウィーン。トリックオアトリート。
お菓子はあるが今はやらぬぞ。食事の前であるからな。
ありがとうベアトリーチェさん。相変わらずお美しいわね。
ローザこそ子持ちとは思えんぞ。
お前少し出来上がってねえか。
Probably.
耳が少し赤いぞ。
ん？あの後ちょいとそのだな。金蔵が珍しい酒を手に入れたというの
Oh
でな。
god. You've been hitting the fucking absinthe too? I'd be careful with that. It sounds like addiction runs in the family.
食事の前のお菓子は自
And
重するのに
we know that
飲酒は自重しねえんだな。
you have a lot of the Kinzo genes in you, so...
失礼いたします。ベアトリーチェ様。親方様がお呼びでございます。
I saw Kinzo beckoning over, from over by the portrait.
やれやれ。セレモニーとは金蔵も形式にこだわる男よ。
例の黄金の返還式うんぬんってことなんだろう。後ろ宮家にとって
Gotta
は
make it all official, like.
一つの大きな節目なんだ。付き合ってやれよ。
ちと寂しい気持ちもあるがな。
後ろ宮家顧問錬金術師であることはこれからも変わらねえさ。
You're not out of a job.
であるな。ではちょっと行ってくる。
Do you get paid a salary for that?
後ほどな。
Like on top of your normal job?
源氏の話によると、今日のパーティー、ちょっとした趣向があるらしいぞ。楽しみにしておれ。
用意したのはお前じゃないだろうが。
I mean, she probably helps here and there.
いちいち細かい男よ。では後ほどな。
お兄ちゃん、今日は何かあるの？何か特別な日？
It looked as though even Anjay had picked up on that much. She seemed to be getting tense for no reason.
後ろ宮家にとっては特別な日だ。だが、エンジェとは関係ないから気楽にしてていいんだぜ。
Yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen.
うん。あ、そうだ。ねえねえお兄ちゃん聞いた？さっきエヴァおばさんからね、すごい秘密を聞いたの。マリアお姉ちゃんも知らない秘密。
Okay.
お兄ちゃんにだけ教えてあげるね。
Spill the beans.
ほう？秘密ってなんだなんだ？
あのね、アーモンドが入ってたら当たりなんだって。
当たりってくじ引きか何かの話か？
Oh, they're doing like that. Fuck, what's it called? You know, it's the thing where they bake like the little thing into one of the little fucking treats, and then the person who gets it, they win something. I forget what it's called.
とにかくアーモンドが当たりなの。
Anjay puffed out her cheeks. Apparently, she wanted to be praised for sharing this exciting secret. But just hearing that almonds win didn't really explain much.
わかったわかった。大切な秘密を教えてくれてありがとう。
お兄ちゃん嫌い。せっかく秘密を教えてあげたのに。
Anjay, her cheeks still puffed out, headed back to where Auntie Ava was. They really are getting along well. Still, I guess I have no problem if it's a rod. If it was some guy from her class, I don't care if they're both in elementary school, it's not happening. No playing with the opposite sex without Onichan's approval. At that moment, Genji-san's voice rang out. The chatter gradually subsided, and the rain outside once again became apparent. Well, luckily for you, bud, Anjay's going to a all-girls school. And you know nothing... No romantic stuff ever happens at a single-gender school. Nope, no sir. She is perfectly safe. Silence filled the room. All of the relatives seemed vaguely aware that tonight's festival consisted of more than a Halloween party. Father already knew. I'm sorry, give me a sec. Oh. This was a ceremony to mark the return of the gold from Kinzo to Beatrice, which had been borrowed for so many years. First off, that fact was announced by Kinzo himself. He spoke of how this gold had not only restored the Ushimiya family, but brought it to a level of wealth it had never before experienced. He spoke of how he would finally return this gold to Beatrice, the one who had saved the Ushimiya family. A weighty ingot decorated with a bright red ribbon passed from his hand to hers.
3代にわたる黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェの恩。後ろ宮家は未来永劫忘れることはないである。
やれやれ、しまう場所もないが、特別に引き取ってやろう。
Yeah, just go put it with like the shoe rack or something. To pick it up on their way out. Yeah, be a little more formal. Despite her status, Bito's remark earned her a surprising warning from Genji. I couldn't help but laugh.
後ろ宮家顧問錬金術師ベア今宵をもち10トンの黄金の貸し出し契約の終了を受け入れるものである。我が祖母の代より数十年片翼をもがれたわしは再び飛翔の時を迎えた。わらわはそれを見守り
Yeah, this whole thing prepared beforehand. They're just going off the cuff. Applause filled the hall. Though she just managed to make such a dignified speech, as soon as it was over, she stuck her tongue out and leered at us. I guess that's about the limit of how long Bito can stay serious.
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェは名を受け継ぐことで1000年を長らえる魔女である。よって彼女の子々孫々に至るまでそのすべてがベアトリーチェであり、そのすべてが当家の顧問錬金術師なので。
That won't be confusing at all whenever you try to make a family genealogy.
後ろ宮家子孫一同はベアトリーチェの恩義を永遠にたたえ、子々孫々に永遠にそれを伝えるのだ。
Then again, maybe that's not the best idea in the first place. Considering, you know, certain information might come to light.
ベアトリーチェは未来永劫後ろ宮家の恩人であり、尊い絆で結ばれた家族なのである。
ご承認いただける方々は拍手。
Congratulations. 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 After Genji's words, the relatives all looked at each other, then started applauding at once.
ありがとう、諸君。ベアトリーチェよ。そなたは後ろ宮家の一員だ。それは 血より尊き絆によるものだ。
Though it also is one of those, you know.
金の貸し借りの縁は血より大切であるからな。
ベアトリーチェ様。
After that, Kinzo's long-winded speech continued. Tonight, Kinzo would retire as the Ushimiya family head. Then, he announced that he would reveal the distribution of his inheritance. A stir of excitement spread across the siblings in money trouble when they heard that they wouldn't have to wait for Kinzo's death to get their inheritance.
お前たちがそれぞれ金に苦労しているのは知っておる。それらの問題はすべてこれで解決できるであろう。ただし心せよ。これは死を待たずして与える遺産である。
You only get it once.
私はお前たちを厳しくも常に見守ってきた。しかし今宵をもってお前たちの父はそれをやめるのだ。私は雲上から見守るかのごとくお前たちが飛翔するのを眺めているだろう。もはや何の口出しもせぬ。そなたたちの生きたいように。
Yeah, no more fucking crawling back to daddy to get someone to help you pay your rent.
親父。
お父様。
Because you swore I would win my money back at the pool hall, but you know, you got fucking played and now you're you know, down $100.
わかりました。私たちは必ずや飛翔してみせます。
兄弟で
No,
力
it's
を
the
合
third
わせ
time it's happened. Your
後ろ
landlord's
宮
not
家
going
を
to take
ます
any
ま
more
すに
shit.
繁栄させることを兄弟一同ここに誓います。
そやで、わしらは力を合わせたら向かうところ敵なしや。
Hideyoshi laughed, but Genji admonished him. However, he could understand why they were so happy. So far, the siblings had quarreled ruthlessly over the inheritance. However, this evening, the inheritance had been neatly split apart, and they no longer had any need to scheme for money. In other words, the siblings no longer had any reason to squabble with each other anymore. On the contrary, this was a time for them to join hands and help each other out become more and more prosperous. Ava and Rosa were sniffling with tears in their eyes. And so was Rudolph. Perhaps now, even at their ages, they had finally left the nest. Tonight, the eagles of the Ushimiya family would leave Rokenjima, the nest weaved from the witch's magic, and go their separate ways, with their own power and determination. It made Kinzo think, if only he had done this from the start. If he had settled the inheritance problem himself, there would have been no need for his children to quarrel at all. Instead, he acted in a sullen manner and left the problem to them, which had resulted in their strained relationships to each other. Yes, all of that had been his responsibility, and now he was disentangled. It had been like an invisible rope wrapped around Kinzo's body. That rope had now become loose, and he felt a sense of release he hadn't experienced for many years. The four siblings stepped forward, and before Kinzo, they all swore to support Kraus, the new head, and lead the family to greater prosperity. Their faces sparkled with an unexpected youthfulness. It was only natural. After all, the four of them had not been so naturally united since the time they were kids. As the vibrancy of their youth returned to them, the siblings banded together once again. When Kraus finished his announcement, a warm round of applause filled the hall. The cousins, and the servants too, joined in on the applause that continued on and on. Congratulations. Anjay watched this dumbfounded. The four siblings had quarreled with each other constantly since they were kids. Supposedly, they had pointlessly locked swords with Kinzo's inheritance as their goal, their worries over money spurring them on. Even the world of truth, the world I acknowledge, had been rewritten by this golden ceremony. they were acting friendly towards each other. Or did they quarrel all the time like I believe? Doesn't matter. Either way, right here, right now, all of those problems have been resolved. I mustn't believe. This is just Oni-chan's farce. Even though I knew that fact, when I watched Dad and the others hugging each other with teary smiles on their faces, I couldn't help but feel something warm well up in my eyes.
信じないわ。これも全部お兄ちゃんの茶番なんでしょ。
お前は
You're a stubborn little shit, ain't you?
何を見たら聞いたら信じることができるんだ。
赤で赤き真実で言ってくれたら。
赤で言えなければ全ては嘘なのか。
信じない。
Mm-hmm.
私はこんなの。
Unfortunately for you, Anjay, red and blue and gold truth don't exist in the real world. Anjay looked at the floor and fell silent. As the game master, Battler was able to use the red truth. However, that rule only existed on the witch's game board. In the world of humans, red truth doesn't exist. People see things, hear things, and when they believe that something is worth believing, they accept it as a red truth. Unless Anjay accepts it, no kind of truth can become truth. Battler wanted her to realize this. There was no point in using the red truth, the rule of this game, to force the truth on her. Anjay would have to use her own power, her own heart, to accept the truth as truth. The decision was Anjay's. No one could force her to decide either way. So, there was nothing wrong with Anjay declaring this scene to be a farce. But, if so, then what was the meaning of the hot tears dripping down Anjay's face? Anjay would have to consider that herself, without anyone telling her. After one sniffle and a rub of her eyes, Anjay let the 6-year-old version of herself take control of her peace. What followed was a harmonious, fun stretch of time. Beautifully adorned dishes were brought in one after another, and champagne corks were loosened with pleasant sounds. Ooh, did Kinzo do like a fucking, where you pop the cork with a saber? That seems like up his alley. Though, then again, Goto would probably want to do it to show off. Several small tables were set here and there, each with their own theme. That was where the fun lay in this stand-up buffet party, as the guests wandered from table to table, pondering what they should eat first. This sort of performance is where Goto's genius shone through. As I take a break to yawn. Oh. The hotel that let him go should probably regret ever having done so. Of course, a stand-up buffet would probably be a tiring affair for the middle-aged. So, chairs had been set up as well. However, each time a new dish was brought into the hall, they could get up to look and wander the tables however they pleased. This way, they could each bump into a new group of people, then mingle elsewhere when that group melted apart. People are interesting. As the members in each group changed, so did the topic of conversation. The bustling Halloween party played out like a colorful kaleidoscope. The origami chains decorating the walls recalled one to one's youth. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. They would make anyone enjoy themselves as they did when they were kids. Even to Anjay, it was like a dream. She chatted happily with her cousins. She also chatted with her aunts and uncles. Beato showed her several tricks that she called magic. Maria said they were magic, Anjay said they were tricks, and the night grew even more lively. The two young girls were so fired up that the adults decided to show some tricks they knew, shocking both of the kids utterly. Eventually, they each started showing tricks to each other, asking if they've ever seen that one or that one before. And it became a party of magic, just perfect for Halloween. In addition to magic tricks, several quizzes, riddles, and games popped up, reminding everyone of their childhood days. Even the servants who were serving food got dragged into the groups, and the whole hall filled with chatter. To Ange, young as she was, every single magic trick, quiz, and riddle was like an entirely new experience. They stimulated her intellectual curiosity, and she couldn't contain her excitement. Add in the wide variety of delicious foods and drinks she could choose from, and it was like being in a dream. Ange felt a floaty sensation, as though she was walking on a cloud.
Enji, お前これを飲んじゃったのか?
Yeah, I was about to say, you didn't get like, you know, the big serving dish with the nice fruits in it that, you know, makes you feel real good.
これ、お父さんの飲み物だぞ。
エンジェも大人のブドウジュース飲みたかったの。
Ugh. I don't know, I think a 6-year-old drinking wine would, find the dryness utterly repulsive.
だからいいの。
少し顔が赤いぜ。大丈夫か？
ちょっとしか飲んでないから大丈夫とは思うけれど。
エンジェ大丈夫だよ。子供じゃないもん。
Maybe go walk it off.
エンジェちゃんはこっちを飲みなさい。ルドルフお父さんが飲んでるのは悪い飲み物だから。
It'll stunt your growth and make your head stupid.
そうだな。悪いのを飲んでると、エンジェも悪い大人になっちまうぜ。
エンジェ悪い大人にならないもん。お姫様になるもん。
Oh yeah.
そうよ。エンジェは私たちみんなのお姫様よ。
そうだな。エンジェは家族みんなのお姫様だ。
私にもお姫様よ。ぜひ今度おばさんの家にも遊びに来てね。絶対なんだから。いっぱいいっぱい歓迎してあげるんだから。うん、ありがと
う、エヴァおばさん。
Everyone was being real nice to me. It almost felt like I'd become a real princess. I felt so great, I can almost believe that this whole celebration was being held for my sake. Yeah, crazy. Battler stood outside that group of people. As he watched Ange smiling happily from a distance, he smiled too. How's her name written?
そうだな。天使の名にふさわしい笑顔だと思うぜ。
Break it down in the kanji.
あの笑顔がコマでなく本当のエンジェのものであれば良いのだが。
仮に違っても、あいつはこれを見てるさ。
Or I could just Google the meaning of Angers. Because I love breaking up the pace here, you know. Angers. Why am I getting a Greek guy? Greek Australian soccer manager. Weird. As I bump my microphone stand. Translated to angel. I was about to assume that's what it was, but I didn't want to make any assumptions because you know what they say about that.
そして自分で考えればいい。
そなたとエンジェのゲームは慈しみにあふれているな。わらわからすればもどかしいほどにな。
もどかしくて何の問題がある？
There's no ill feelings in this one, Beatrice.
誰の邪魔もない。妨害も駆け引きも何もなしだ。
そうだな。このゲームは。
Gee, if only someone could have been this straightforward in their games. Hmm?
言ってみれば片付けなんだ。
After party.
俺たちのゲームの。
わらわの気まぐれなる行為があやつに及んだ罪は償いきれぬ。
Yeah, no, you did some pretty fucked up things, not gonna lie.
俺たちのゲームの責任だ。俺たち二人で償う。だから俺たちでエンジェに最後のゲームを送る。
エンジェはあの鍵を正しく使えると思う。
Who's to say?
俺たちが正しいと思う方へ無理やり引っ張ることももちろん考えたさ。
That's just gonna make her dig her heels in even more.
それは意味なきことかもしれぬな。強制された選択は正しくとも生涯受け入れがたい。
そういうことだ。エンジェは自ら考え自ら選ばなければならない。それが俺たちから見て正しくない選択であったとしても、
ゲームマスターはそなただ。わらわはもはや何も口を挟まぬ。今宵をただ楽しむだけだ。
エンジにとっては意味あるゲームだ。だが俺たちにとってはお疲れ様パーティーみたいなもんさ。
そろそろ
Yeah,
やっ
you're
て
just
く
here
る
to
頃合
fucking
いだ
stretch your
な。
legs and mingle.
しかし
Smooze.
良いのか？エンジェにまた誤解されるぞ。
大丈夫さ。それにむしろ必要なんだ。お前がそういう姿を見せたようにみんなもな。
ならば我らもこの千秋楽祝いを楽しませてもらうとしよう。
Yeah, no hurting your head thinking about complicated
これほ
things.
どの長きゲームにて皆それぞれの役を見事演じきってきたのだから。
That instant, the sound of someone clapping for attention rang out.
さあさあ皆様、お集まりください。
I mean, there's all these glasses, you're not just gonna tap one.
本日のとっておきでございます。
Goda had been the one clapping. Everyone gathered together, wondering what was going on. The serving cart in front of him was a large, sliced chocolate cake.
本日は今夜のハロウィンパーティーの目玉としてこの特製ザッハトルテをご用意させていただき
I'm
ま
not gonna
し
try
た。
to pronounce that.
ご覧の通り、チョコレートにて片翼のわしの紋章の風浪をつけた後ろ見分けだけの一品でございます。
The stupendous cake drew a gasp of admiration from all present.
これは立派なケーキですな。目玉にふさわしいものです。
いえいえ、ただのケーキではございません
You
よ。
know, I'm gonna drop a probably actually a hot take. Not that big a fan of chocolate cake. It just tends to be like too rich. You know, because most of the time when people do chocolate cake, they do like the chocolate, the cake is chocolate and the icing is also chocolate with like chocolate adornments, and that's just it's a little too much.
今夜のこのケーキには一つ秘密がござい
I
ます。
prefer my cakes kind of more light.
親方様、どうかそれを皆様にお話しくださりますようよろしく。
これはささやかなゲームであるぞ。このケーキには一つだけ当たりのものがある。
Like more of like a whipped cream frosting and fruit kind of guy with my cake. Anjay shouted happily. Ginzo looked at her fondly and nodded.
このケーキの中の一切れだけにアーモンドが一粒入っそのケーキを選んだ者が今夜の王様であるぞ。
王様ゲームなんて久しぶりだぜ。
あなたのは悪い王様ゲームよね。
さて、王様になるとどんなことがあるのですかな？
王様は願いを一つ口にすることができる。
Alright.
それを皆で叶えようではないか。
I wonder who's gonna get the almonds.
へえ、面白そうだぜ。
王様は男がなるんだよ。女の子はなれないよ。
How very, I don't want to say sexist, gender conformed of you? Question mark?
女の子が
If
当たりだ
that's
ったら
proper English?
お姫様になれるんだよ。
アーモンドが当たり。
そうだな。
Yep, good job, you know the
エン
rules.
ジはすごいな。
Real sharp cookie picking up on it.
負けへんで。
お待ちなさいよ。小さい子から順に選ぶといいわ。
それがいいですね。
Yeah, don't want them, any of them to get their, like, fucking panties in a twist over you getting it first.
エンジェちゃんからどうぞ。
こら、マリアはお姉さんでしょ。エンジェちゃんを先にしなさい。
Yep, let's go youngest to oldest.
エンジが当たりを引いちゃったらどうする
Oh, hush, there's plenty of slices of cake.
エンジが当たりを引く。アーモンドが当たり。アーモンドが当たり。
私たち年寄りは残り物に服があることを祈りましょ
う。和解順ということはビリは金蔵であるよな。
All's fair.
そなたは繊細であろうが。
納得ゆかん。
Everyone burst out laughing. Her real age was unknown, but she claimed to be 19 years old. In front of Anjay lay a large cake, cut so that there was one piece for each of them. Just one of those pieces was the winner.
さあ、ヘンジ様、どのケーキになさいますかな。どれを選んでもほっぺたが落っこちるほど美味しいですよ。
やだ、当たりのじゃないとやだ。
じゃあ、
I mean,
一発で当ててみせるしかないな。
Yeah.
ほら、選べ選べ。
Battler pushed Anjay Small back towards the table with the cake.
どれにしようかな。
The chocolate cake was cut into 15 pieces. I want to pick one with the almond and become the princess. Ooh, actual CG of the cake. One of them has the winning almond. Which could it be? I get to choose first, but it sort of feels unfair. I mean, it is, isn't it? My chances of getting it right are 1 in 15. There's no way I'll get it. Well, it's not 0 in 15, it's 1. There's an actual percentage there. And then, when Marione-chan goes after me, she has a 1 in 14 chance of picking the winner. I never took statistics in high school, because that's fucking made up. Statistics is nonsense. The next person has a 1 in 13 chance, and then a 1 in 12 chance, and the last person will win for sure?
お兄ちゃん、これずるい。
That's thinking of statistics with a 6-year-old's brain.
最初に選ぶ人の方が不利。
Everyone laughed. Apparently, there's something wrong with my calculations, but it didn't feel right to me.
さあ、ヘンジ様から運試し。どうぞどうぞ、お選びください。
If I have to pick one out of so many, there's no way I'll win. But, for some reason, tonight, feels like I might actually win after all. I have no reason for feeling this way, but when I'm in a good mood, Lady Luck always brings me fortune.
ほら、決まったか？
うん、決まった。これが当たり。
I concentrated on my fingertip and pointed out one of the 15 slices. The slice I chose was... Actually, I have to choose. It probably doesn't matter. She'll get it either way, maybe? Making me, like, double guess myself. Oh, this is unfair. Sure.
これ。
これでございますね。よろしいですか？
もう決めたの？これがいい？
When he asked me whether I was sure, I felt a little uneasy. Still, at times like this, it's better to stick with your instincts. Actually, well, that's... The Monty Hall problem's only if you get shown behind one door, so if they took out a piece and be like, this piece definitely doesn't have it, then statistically, you're better off choosing another one than sticking with the one you have. Again, I never took statistics, so I don't know how it works. It just does. It was one of the few bits of philosophy that the young girl had learned from her few life experiences. Yoda took the chosen slice, put it on a plate with a fork, and handed it to Anjay.
次はマリアね、マリア。どれにしようかな。
It was Maria's turn next. She was excited, determined to be the winner. I walked away from that group all by myself. I was struck by temptation to quickly cut the cake open with my fork and check for an almond inside. However, I stopped myself. If I check my piece first, my chance of winning is 1 in 15. However, if I wait for some other people to check their slices, then when I see that they've lost, my chances will go up, if only slightly. In other words, instead of searching for an almond right away, my chances will go up if I wait for some other people to lose. But if someone picks a winner while I'm still sitting around here, my chances of my slice being the winner will go to 0. It'll be tough to calculate the right moment. I need to wait just long enough for as many losers to show up as possible. My chances of winning are highest if I can check my piece immediately before someone else wins. Yeah, that's the trick to winning this game. I better not have to make actual decisions. We all saw that turned out if you actually watched my Mihoyo playthrough when we got to the extra chapter, and I actually had to choose solutions for myself. And man, it only took me like 2 hours to get past all the dead ends because there were like 30 different choices in that fucking extra chapter. And you need to get so many like specific things right to actually get through it to the end. And I always fucked it up. What a strange thought. It feels like I'm missing something? Even though no one else can touch the cake that's sitting in front of me. The almond inside will appear or disappear depending on whether or not the other people win or lose. I was in such a good mood that I felt dizzy, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my theory. But I did realize that something was strange. There's just one truth inside a cat box. No matter what happens outside the box, it shouldn't be able to shake the truth inside. And yet, I'm being influenced by events outside the cat box and trying to make them affect my observation of the box's contents. I don't even know what I'm saying. Another me inside me is trying to say that, but it's too hard for me to understand. Yeah, you're talking about like fucking metaphysics with a 6-year-old. They're just gonna nod and be like, uh-huh. So is that like Fortnite? I feel like I'm drifting. I get so cheery and excited that, even though I'm not sleepy, my mind feels hazy. Maybe it's because I drank Dad's adult drink. In the end, even though I'd chosen the first piece, I decided to check it last. After I've seen that everyone else has lost, my chances of winning will be 100. I tried to find the contradiction in my thinking, but I didn't really get it, so I stopped. It's much better to have a 100% chance than a 1 in 15 one, so I decided to bet on that. I couldn't wait to open this precious treasure chest. But I waited for everyone else to choose their pieces and check them.
どうですか? 当たりの出た方はいますか?
マリアの入ってなかった。
Sucks to suck, kid.
私のも外れだぜ。お姫様になり損ねちまった。
外れでも本当に美味しくて美しいザッハトルテだね。食べずに飾っておけるものならそうしたいくらいだよ。
どうだ？アーモンドあったか？
私もダメ。
No dice.
秀吉兄さんはどう？
わしも外れのようや。
But really, with a cake nice as this, getting to eat it, you know, is there such a thing as a loser?
会社に嫁にもうわしの運は使い切っとるからな。
もうそれってどういう意味よ。
Look, not to talk shit on Hideyoshi, but we all know he was punching up when he fucking bagged you. Like, nice going, my guy.
今調べてるところです。たまにはこういうのも楽しいですな。
駆け引きなしの純粋な博打も実に
Spin of the roulette, some might say.
ベアとはどうであったか。
残り物に服があるなどといった嘘つきは誰だ。ガル
Ooh, good rolls on those R's.
エンジはどうだ？アーモンドはあったか？
Again, I'm super jealous. I can't roll my R's. My tongue is like literally too fat. You know, that's also the explanation for all the stuttering I do and times I misspeak. It's not because I'm dumb and don't know how to read. It's because my tongue is literally too big. And it gives me a speech impediment. And you're ableist if you say that. Kill yourself.
今調べてる。
In Minecraft.
なんだ？まだ手をつけてなかったのか？
I was following my own personal probability theory. But I didn't think I could explain it well to Oni-chan, so I didn't mention it to him. I wonder if there's an almond in there. If I win, I'll be tonight's princess. Also, don't make fun of the way I say almond. You know, I know it's almond. It's a fucking almond. I'll be happy if I win, but even if I don't, it'll still be a really fun night, so that's okay. It stopped when this cake game started, but before then, everyone was having a lot of fun, trading tricks, quizzes, and riddles. This game is fun too, but I want to play like that again soon. New words hard. Huh?
どうした？エンジェ。お。
I stared at a thin thing on my fork and showed it to my brother.
これアーモンドだよね。
I don't know, taste it. Does it taste like arsenic?
おお。エンジェのに入ってたのか。すごいぜ、エンジェ。
Also, yes, they do taste like arsenic. It's not that arsenic tastes like almonds. It's almonds taste like arsenic. At the same time, a stir rose up in the other corner of the room. Oh, it got split down the middle. Yeah. I was about to say, you know, a lot of the times when they play like these king game things, they use like a little plastic piece that the knife won't slice in half.
ほう、エヴァが当てたか。
これはおめでとうございます、エヴァ様。
違う、エンジェが当たりなの。私がアーモンドなの。
Well, a piece of it. I held the almond high and shouted across the room. The crowd around Ava split, and everyone stared at me, surprised. I was surprised too. The thing in her hand was, without a doubt, an almond.
なんだこりゃどういうことだ？
ゴーだ。アーモンドが2つ入ってるようだが、どちらも当たりなのかね？
はて、そんなはずは。
どちらかが勘違いということでしょうか。
エンジェ様のは間違いなくアーモンドです。カノン君。
Yeah, just give a little taste test.
エヴァ様のも間違いなくアーモンドです。
では2人とも当たりということではありませんか。
親方様。
Yeah, one fell in the batter, you know.
これはキーなこともあるものだ。
You put one in yourself and then you turned around and you accidentally knocked an extra in.
どうしたものか、ゴーだよ。
その、
You're on
これは
trouble,
ちょっ
big
とした
guy.
手違いでございまして。
Fucking cool your jets.
その、じゃんけんでもしてもらって。
ケチくさいことを言うでない。2つのアーモンドが現れ、女王と姫が選び出されただけの話ではないか。
そういうことだ。2人が当たりということで良いではないか。
God, fucking player Anjay must be getting indigestion, you know, absolute heartburn fucking listening to this.
まあ、しかし。
Her acid reflux is off the charts. Godo was hesitant. Actually, he had prepared a single special dessert for the king. It had been decorated in a way that made it hard to split for two people. So, it wasn't convenient for there to be two kings. When Ava heard Godo mumbling something to this effect, she shrugged and laughed.
じゃあ、エンジェちゃんがお姫様になりなさい。
お姫様、エンジェはお姫様なの？
私はその付き人よ。ね、これならいいでしょう。
Yeah, just a queen regent. Of course it worked. Anjay had been worried that Ava would be declared the winner since she had spoken up first. So, she hadn't ever dreamed that Ava would give it up to her.
でも、いいの？エヴァおばさんも当たりなのに。
This is another responsibility of adults.
いい
Don't
の
worry
よ
about it, kid.
エンジェちゃんの付き人になれたもの。さあ、お姫様。あなたが叶えてほしい願いは何？考えてちょうだいな。
エンジェは願い事もう決めてあるの。
あら。
And that would be...
それは何？おばさんに教えて。
I want this fun time to keep on going, forever. The young me spoke for the desire in my heart.
さっきまでの楽しいがずっと続いてほしいの。
I get the feeling that the nuance has changed. Stutter. Still, that was unmistakably my wish.
さっきまでのって、ああ、手品とかクイズとか？じゃあ、こうしましょう。みんな聞いて。お姫様の命令よ。ついさっきまでみんなが盛り上がっていたように。 手品やクイズなどでエンジェちゃんを楽しませてあげてちょうだい。
I don't know, I can only do simple sleight of hands, like, you know, pick a quarter from behind your ears or something.
おいおい、もう手品のネタも尽きちまったぜ。
ならクイズやなぞなぞね。
Oh, boring.
つまりみんなでいろいろなクイズでエンジェちゃんに楽しんでもらうようにすればいいわけかね。
お姫様に楽しんでもらえるクイズをみんなで献上するのですね。
Anjay is a stuffy little dork, so maybe quizzes are right up her alley.
なるほどね。了解したよ。
Yeah, another thing about Anjay is peak fucking nerd emoji, you know, with the glasses and the buck teeth.
なるほど。面白いではないか。
Actually, the Ushirmiya family did not get along this well, and the night of October 4th and 5th was a night of misery and murder.
ではエンジェよ、こうしよう。みんなにクイズやなぞなぞを出してもらい、それに挑
God,
む
someone who
が
actually
よ。
cares should commission that.
見事解けるたびに、そなたにメダルを1枚与えよ
メダルって
記念メダルってことだろうな。いっぱい正解できればいっぱい集め
You
ら
just
れるん
got
だろ
a
うぜ。
bunch of medals sitting around there, big man?
ただ集めるだけではつまりませんね。
集めたメダルの枚数に応じて、私から素敵なプレゼントを送ってやろう。どうだ、がぜんやる気が出たであろう。
I better not have to answer these questions, otherwise I'm
す
fucked.
ごいじゃない。ご褒美まであるんですってよ。
よかったわね、エンジェ。
It's like when you're digging through a, you know, set of games at your parents' place or whatever, and you find like a trivia set from like the 80s, and it's like, I don't know any of these. Like the celebrities they're talking about, no clue. Other than like the odd George Clooney or something. Everyone gathered around me, smiling, as they thought about what sort of puzzle they'd give. They're all thinking about me, so that they can play with me. Just the feeling of having that all to myself almost made me explode with joy at becoming the princess. How sweet. We'll keep going for a bit. Probably stop in the middle of the chapter, you know, go for like another half hour or so. Oh boy. I became the Halloween party princess, and the tournament of quizzes and riddles just for me began. Looks like I'll get a medal for each puzzle I get right. If I get a lot, I'm supposed to get a wonderful prize from Grandfather. Well, it makes sense, you know, he would have a bunch of Ushirmiya commemorative coins fucking lying around. Okay, here I go.
誰からクイズをもらえばいいのかな。
誰からでもいいそうよ。好きな人に話しかけてごらんなさい。
今のうちに何かとっておきの問題を考えておかないとね。
マリア、あなたクイズの本をカバンに入れてなかった？
Oh god, let's not fucking talk about how to slice cheese.
あるよ。意地悪な問題でエンジェをいじめるの。
You're a real vindictive little shit, ain't ya? Ryo-ne-chan laughed with an evil smile. Looks like everyone was gonna try and bully me. I'm sure they'll think up some really hard questions.
大丈夫よ。おばさんが助けてあげる。
本当？
ええ。だっておばさんはお姫様の付き人じゃない。
Well,
だから二人で頑張っていっぱいいっぱいメダルを集めちゃおう。
for all the things you are, Ava, unfortunately you are a smart cookie. You did solve the riddle all by yourself. The epitaph, you know, with just a hint of inspiration from Rosa.
誰からでも結構でございますよ。このゴーダもいつでも挑戦をお受けいたします。
まあ待て待て。最初に姫君に謁見する栄誉はこの私のものだ。エンジェル。まずは私の挑戦を受けてみよう。
Hit us with it, Kinzo. I suddenly got tense, and my stomach began to feel tight. Then, Auntie Eva gently held my hand.
大丈夫よ。
Yeah, don't fucking throw up on the rug.
一緒に頑張りましょう。
At least, like, get on the tile. It's like when your cat's hacking on your bed, you just gotta pick it up and, like, bring it to somewhere where there's hardwood floor.
これはクリスマスの日の話。
Okay.
12月25日の話だ。
クリスマス？
Even though it was October, he suddenly started talking about Christmas. Is he gonna ask what day Christmas is? I know that. It's December 25th. I mean, he said it. Oh, fucking dazzle me, make me like go into a seizure. Jesus Christ.
夜空を見上げながら女は言った。やがて
YouTube compression's gonna fucking do wonders to this.
そしてまた日が沈んで夜になってもまたクリスマスだったらいいのに。すると男は言った。いいよ、その夢を叶えてあげるよと。そんなことが果たして可能だろう。
クリスマスの次の日は26日で普通の日だもん。
It's actually Boxing Day.
そんなの無理。
夜が明けてもまだクリスマス。
It's got to go across the date line.
おばさん、わかった。
どうしてクリスマスの次の日がまたクリスマスなの？
Especially if you're in Japan, they just gotta, catch a flight, go to California or something.
エンジェも考えてみるがよい。
Oh god. I actually have to choose. Oh god, and there's actually counters. Oh, you guys are gonna find out how stupid I am. Yeah, it's possible.
あ、そっか、可能だ。
そうそう。一日の間に夜って2回あるのよね。
うん。12月25日は真夜中の午前0時から始まる。午前0時は夜だから、それが最初の夜。それから朝になってまた夜になっても夜中の12時まではまだ同じ日。
そういうこと。
Oh, different explanation from what I was going for, but both work.
確かにクリスマスの日の夜よね。
エンジェすごい？エンジェすごい？
Yeah, what a smart cookie. With a delighted smile, Auntie Ava patted my head vigorously.
おほはは、見事であるぞエンジェ。難しい問題のつもりだったのにあっさり解かれてしまったわい。
おめでとうございます、エンジェ様。これが第一問正解のメダルでございます。
Genji-san held out a gold-colored medal. Grandfather smiled at me, urging me to take it.
ありがとう。
その調子で頑張るがよい。
Also, I'm totally gonna drop down a save here, so that way I can cheat and, come back to this in case I fuck any of them up.
さあ、私の出
So
題
that way
は
we
お
can
しまいだ。
get the true end of the medals.
向こうへ行き、好きな人に話しかけてクイズを出してもらうがよい。
I actually got a pick. It was a heavy, gold-colored medal. If I get a lot of these right, my pockets might burst. I'm gonna get so many that I can brag about it to everyone. After bowing to Grandfather, I hurried off with Auntie Ava to where everyone else was gathered. Does it get a nice clink noise? Good enough. As Anjay ran off, Kinzo watched her go with a warm gaze.
ちょいと簡単すぎたかな。
いいえ、ちょうど良かったと思います。
I mean, for a 6-year-old, yeah.
現地、私は良いおじいちゃんを演じられただろうか。
無論でございます。
エンジェは幼い。そして体調を崩し、六軒島へ来ないことも多かった。
Yeah, doesn't have much exposure to you.
私をよく覚えてはいないだろう。
Young children have their own kind of cruelty. They think of kindness as something they will receive naturally. And, because they think of kindness as only natural, they forget about it quickly.
親の恩と同じです。それを理解するには、エンジェ様もお年を重ねられる必要があるでしょう。
やがては、 私のことを面白いおじいちゃんだったと思い出してくれるだろうか。
はい、必ずです。
Kinzo's expression grew slightly darker. Eventually, even Anji will get older, and she will probably hear how the public at large regards Ushiromiya Kinzo. The Ushiromiya Kinzo known by the public is completely different from the Kinzo who plays with his grandchildren. When she learns, will Anji remember the face of Kinzo the Tyrant, known by the world, or that gently smiling face?
できるなら私の笑顔を思い出してほしいが、それは高望みであろうな。
仕方あるまい。子供とはそういうものだ。
Fucking vicious little creatures.
ベアとか。
子供は優しさに飽食し、それを決して記憶にとどめぬ。あれが12年を経れば、後宮金蔵がどれほどの奇人変人であったかを知るだろう。それに塗りつぶされ、そなたの笑顔など忘れ去られる運命よ。
であろう。
Just desserts.
いくら甘やかせど報われぬ愛であ
る。だが親の恩を思い出すのに長い時間をかけるように、エンジェもやがてきっと思い出すだろう。そなたが孫にどのような笑顔で接していたのかを
な。忘れてもよい。ただ一時私に向けて微笑んでくれただけで、私には何よりものメイドの土産になるのだ。これが無償の愛の境地である。
祖父とは報われぬ存在であるな。
報われておるとも、先ほどのエンジェの微笑みが思い出せれば。
The joy of his grandchildren is all he needs.
私は今夜お迎えが来ても一向に。
Where's my little notebook? So I can write down these answers. With a lonely laugh, Kinzo spun around, setting his cloak fluttering. This was all the love he could offer Anji as a grandfather. Part of him wanted to be remembered, but he knew he mustn't wish for that. That was how unrewarded love worked. After looking at Kinzo's back, Byato stared at Anji's back again.
Enji, それでもいつか思い出してやれ。金蔵がそなたにどんな笑顔を見せていたのか
を。Totally got the Doomsday Death Siren going on outside. No, I do not want to download a new version of BitTorrent. Thank you. Okay, whose quiz should I take next? I'm going to challenge more and more people, get more and more medals for getting them right, and get a wonderful present to show everyone. Uncle Kraus, not Nazi, are over there. They're looking this way and smiling. I'm sure they've thought up some interesting puzzles. Here's Uncle Hideyoshi, beckoning for me to come over. He's a fun uncle, so I'm sure he's thought up a fun question. Behind him are Mom and Dad. They're waving at me, telling me to have lots of fun. Dad probably knows a lot of really hard questions. He might be tough. Over there is Auntie Rose and Marione-chan. Looks like they're reading a quiz book together, searching for a problem. Every now and then, Marione-chan glances over at me, saying, "Hee-hee-hee-hee-hee." She can be mean sometimes, so I'm sure her puzzles won't be a nice one. Beyond them are Battler-ni-chan, Georgia-ni-chan, and Chesko-ne-chan. Battler-ni-chan is usually nice, but he sometimes says really mean things, and I think he likes seeing me get confused. I get the feeling that he'll give me a really tough problem. Yeah, don't ask the 6-year-old how to solve the fucking chain locked room murder. From like game 2 or whatever. Or was that game 3? I can't remember, my head will just explode. Is there anyone who looks like they won't be mean? If I can, I'd like to start with some easy puzzles to warm me up. All the way over there are Genji-san and Dr. Nanjo. I don't think those two will be mean to me. And then there's Shen and the Cannon. Shannon knows a lot of puzzles and knows a lot of quizzes and fairy tales. I'm sure she'll give me something unique. Then we have Goda-san and Kumasawa-san, who are serving tea. Kumasawa-san might be tough. I kind of think she'll give me a really confusing problem. Looks like everyone might be pretty tough. Alright, Hideyoshi it is. Uncle Hideyoshi's calling for me. What should I do? Should I go? Yeah, fucking twist his arm to give us an easy one. They'll only be sleeping on the couch if he fucking throws a curveball. Oh, where's my pencil? I got one somewhere. There it is. I rolled up my sleeves and headed towards Uncle Hideyoshi. Oop, on my mic. Fucking hit it with a dog.
あなたが出す問題ってどんなのかしら。あまり難しすぎるのを出しちゃダメよ。
難しくてもいい。タクモン。
おお、頼もしいことや。ほな、行くで。
After clearing his throat, Uncle Hideyoshi started telling his question.
わしのはな。
The answer is time.
謎謎やで。ええか、よく聞いてや。桃太郎の話は知ってるやろ。
For the most part, you know, born from a peach, old fucking farmer, you know, lady and fucking fathered dog, pheasant, monkey, but sure. Let's get the Cliff Notes version. Momotaro, or Peach Boy, is a Japanese fairy tale named after its main character, Momotaro. The full story is a bit too long to tell properly here, but it should suffice to explain that it's a boy who was born from a giant peach that came floating down a river.
川から桃がどんぶらこ？
そや、しかしな、その川には甘栗が流れてきたんや。
His secret half-brother Ringo Taro?
甘栗？
そうや。そしたら次の日にはな、イヨカンが流れてきたんや。
Okay.
イヨカン酸っぱいから嫌い。
Yeah, squash is good.
その次の日にはな、今度はウリが流れてきたんや。その次の日には枝豆が。
I fucking hate dill. Pickles are fine. Dill pickles specifically are disgusting. I hate dill.
その次の日にはオクラが。その次の日には柿が流れてきたんや。
変な話よね。
Yeah, where are you going with this guy?
八百屋さんでもあるのかしら。
Just tossing his bruised produce right into the river?
その次の日には
What?
何？
おばさん、わかった。
I think it went A, B, C, D, E, F.
エンジェちゃんはわかる？
I can't think of anything that begins with G.
じゃあヒントをあげるわね。流れてきたものにはちゃんと順番があるのよ。何の順番かわかるかしら？
I don't know, gourd?
そら大ヒントやな。
Look how smart I am. I didn't even need fucking Ava to help me. Yeah. A, B, C, D, E, F. Grapefruit.
わかった。キャベツ。
そう、正解よ。
No, don't know what it was in Japanese because he definitely wasn't saying, you know, those exact things.
選択肢
But
には
they
な
had
か
to
った
make
け
it
ど、
work somehow.
キュウリでもきっと正解ね。
All the names followed. The names all followed the alphabet. Apple was A, butternut squash was B, cabbage was C. Kept going with D, E, and F. So after F comes G. That's why the answer has to be something that starts with G.
ありがとう。おばさんのヒントで解けた。
I'm just jotting this down for when I inevitably fuck up and have to load my save.
エンジェちゃんが自分で解いたのよ。すごいわ。
いやいや、おみほな正解のメダルをあげような。
Maybe these riddles that Beatrice poses aren't that hard after all. If I'm able to get this right. Hideyoshi took out a gold-colored medal and placed it in my palm. It felt heavy in my hand. Yeah, this is what victory feels like. I'd better keep it up. Try again with something harder next time, old man.
わしな、エヴァの分もなのか、もう一枚メダルをもらっとんのや。
Oh, yeah, okay.
しかし、
Because Ava's
問
helping,
題
she
がも
can't, you
う
know,
思いつかんのや。
offer up riddles.
じゃあ私がエンジェちゃんに出題しちゃおうかな。
エヴァおばさんが？
そうよ、お姫様への付き人からのクイズ。ちょっと面白いクイズが思いついたからぜひ挑戦してほしいのよ。
Sure, hit us with it. Auntie Ava smiled brightly. I want to get as many medals as possible, so of course, I want as many chances as I can get.
挑戦する。
その意気よ。じゃあ出題するわね。おばさんは旅行が大好きだって話はしたことがあったかしら？
Uh-huh.
エヴァおばさんはよく海外旅行へ行くって言ってた。
How bougie of you.
そうよ。だから旅行の問題を出すわね。あるところに旅人がいたの。
Okay.
旅人？
その旅人はまず北へ5キロ歩いたわ。
Alright.
その問題、紙に書いた方がいい？
True north or magnetic north?
大丈夫よ。そんな難しい問題じゃないから聞くだけで OK。 旅人はまず北へ5キロ歩いた。そして次に東へ5キロ歩いた。
Okay.
そして次には南へ5キロ歩いたの。
北へ5キロ、東へ5キロ、南へ5キロ。
Alright, we got three sides of a square.
この字みたいに歩いたの？
そういうことやな。スタート地点から東に 5km の地点にいる計算になるで。
そのはずでしょう。ところがなんと旅人はスタート地点に戻ってしまっていたの。
He was on one of the poles?
こんなおかしなことってありえると思う？
Wow, looks like my true north, magnetic north facetious question was actually relevant.
そんなことあるわけないで。方位磁石が行かれたんとちゃうか？
そんなのじゃないわよ。エンジェちゃん、わかる？
方位磁石のせいじゃないの？これは謎謎？
No.
いいえ、ちゃんとした
It's
ク
more,
イズよ。
I don't know. Would you even call this geography?
ヒントはね、地球儀でよく考えてみて。
It would be a very cold place.
わかった。とても寒い場所。そこはすごい寒いよ。
Yeah, real fucking cold.
大正解。すごいわ。エンジェちゃんの年でわかるなんて本当に天才よ。
I can inflate my ego. That's what I live
南
for.
極点がスタート地点だったなら、北に進み東に進んでもそれは南極点に対して
It turns into a
円を
triangle.
描いて回ってるのと同じや。だから南へ進めばまた南極点に戻るだけの話っちゅうわけや。
とっておきの難しい問題のつもりだったんだけど、エンジェちゃんは本当にすごいわ。
おめでとさんや。
Just a big brain.
ほな、これがもう一枚のメダル
Yeah,
や。
fork it over, big man. I got a heavy, gold-colored medal. All right, I did it. Auntie Ava and I held our fist out in celebration.
これでわしらの
I
問
didn't read
題
that
は
right. What did they
お
do?
しまいや。
Held up our fist in celebration. I was about to say, holding out your fist like you're doing a fist bump. Like what are you doing?
他の人に問題を出してもらうといいで。
ありがとう、秀吉おじさん。
エヴァおばさんは賢いで。二人一緒ならメダルもザックザクや。
All right, looks like we'll at least get through the first half of these medal questions before we call it. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. We gotta do another 12 of these.
一緒に頑張ろう、エヴァおばさん。
I dashed away. We'll ask next. Uncle Yoshi was waving goodbye, smiling. Hideyoshi and Ava watched as Anjay ran off happily, looking for the next quiz.
あんなにも可愛らしい笑顔を浮かべられる子なのに、私がそれを奪うのね。
Kind of fucked up, huh?
Ava.
Ava hung her head. A single tear sparkled in her eye.
彼女の気持ちを考えれば、それは当然のことなのよ。
And you still took it out on her.
でも、私はそれを受け止めきれなかった。
しゃあない。お前かて人間やで。そうそう人間割り切れるもんとちゃう。
それでも私が悪いのよ。仮にも一児を育てた母だったのよ。あの子の母親に私はなるべきだった。なのに私は悲しみに溺れ、
you
それ
did
をしな
fuck
かっ
up
た。
really bad, but
しゃあないしゃあない。お前だけが悪いわけとちゃうで。
it's hard to blame you.
そんなに自分を責めたらあかん。
Well, we can blame you. It's just, hard to say if, say I was put in that same position if I'd be able to do any better. And, it's like, you can't answer those questions until you're there. By now, Ava was unable to hold back her sobs. Large tears dripped down her cheeks as she stared at the ground and shook.
私はなんて罪を。悲しいのは私もあの子も全く同じだった。なのに私は自分の方が悲しいと決めつけて、あの子の気持ちを私は母失格なんだわ。あの子の母になってあげられなかった。
いいえ、あなたは頑張ってくれたわ、エヴァ姉さん。
It just turns out your best wasn't very good.
キリエさん。
Kiri and Rudolph were standing behind Ava now.
あなたがエンジェと打ち解けようといろいろな努力をしてくれたことを知っているわ。
姉貴はよく耐えてくれたぜ。そんな姉貴の苦労も知らず、うちの娘が本当に
Especially with a strong-willed and spirited brat like that. Well, maybe he did hold out pretty good. After the accident in Rokenjima, Ava, the only person to leave Rokenjima alive, adopted Anjay, the girl who had survived the day through her absence. While they would eventually develop a sad and mutually painful relationship, it wasn't like that at first. As Anjay's new mother and last remaining blood relative, Ava tried to shower her with love and affection. Yeah, just trauma bond together. Even as she fought back the sadness she herself felt. However, Anjay wasn't able to accept that kindness. She lashed out at Ava, the only one who had returned alive, and accused her of stealing her parents away from her. Ava, understanding the wounds that this little 6-year-old girl bore, withstood these attacks. She grit her teeth and gave Anjay her unconditional love. However, the wounds that Ava herself bore were also extremely deep. She was never rewarded for her sad efforts, and the future that followed was a sorrowful one.
あなたはエンジェにジョージ君に注いだのと同じ愛情を与えようとしてくれたわ。
Yeah, but from the sounds of it, you're a bit overbearing.
でもそれは私だけの独りよがりで、エンジェちゃんには全く届かなかった。
Probably double down too, after all that.
それを受け止めなかったのはエンジェだ。姉貴のせいじゃない。
6歳のエンジェちゃんにそれを求めるなんて酷よ。それでも私は気持ちを伝えられるよう、
I mean,
もっともっと。
It's the 80s, so I can't really expect you all to go to therapy because, it's the 80s. But it probably could have helped a bit. In a little group counseling.
これだけは信じて。私たちはあなたを責めてなんかいないのよ。
キリエさん。
エンジェのために深く深く傷ついてくれてありがとう。あの子に人の心があるならいつか必ずあなたが注いでくれた愛情に気がついてくれるはず。
ありがとう。
Maybe when she's older and a little more removed, she can, think back on the events and kind of see where it all kind of went
いつまで
wrong.
も感謝してるんだぜ。
And then an effort was made, but it just kind of, curdled.
お前の頑張りはな、ちゃんと認められとんのやで。
Yeah, where were those tears? No Angel Beats graduation scene.
いかがですか、エンジェさん。よろしければ、ぜひこのゴーダにも挑戦していただけませんか。
このクマさんも難しい、
Okay, that I believe.
いい問題を用意しましたよ。
難しい問題でもへっちゃら。エンジェ一人だけじゃないもん。エヴァおばさんと一緒に解くもん。
After she finishes, bawling her eyes out, Golden Kumasawa offered to challenge me. I have to go up against everyone in the end, so it doesn't matter who comes next. I'll knock you all down. I waved at Auntie Ava to hurry up, and she ran towards me.
今度はこの二人が出題？どっちから挑戦する？
Man, you fixed your makeup real quick.
はいはい、かしこまりました。それでは問題を出させていただきます。
Alright, hit us with it.
難しいですよ。
それでも解く。コツはもう分かったもん。
エンジェちゃんを甘く見ちゃダメよ。
ねえ。
それは。それではゴーダらしく台所とお料理の問題を出させていただきます。
I'm not a very good cook, but I know how to use a toaster.
今度は共闘しましょう。わからないときはおばさんを頼ってね。何かヒントを出せるように
I
するわ。
mean, really, my go-to when I'm cooking is just throw everything in my Instapot.
メダルはもらえない？
Now, don't really have to worry about, cooking the different ingredients in a stew at all the right temperatures to get it thoroughly cooked. If I just throw it in the pressure cooker and it all gets done. Oh, God. A witch had a house with a magic kitchen. The witch would always come home at the same time every day, and when she did, the kitchen would always have a freshly made dinner served for her. One day, the witch had to work very late. When she finally got home, all the food was there to greet her. Welcome home, Great Witch. Today we have some vegetable stew for you, said the stew in the pot. Welcome home, Great Witch. Please quickly dip me in the stew and eat me, said the crusty bread. Welcome home, Great Witch. You must be thirsty. Please drink me right away, said the white wine. Welcome home, Great Witch. If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away, said the ice cream. One of them is lying. Who is it? What the fuck? Alright. Huh. I mean, are we talking about, the wine? Because, wine is dry? I can ask Ava for phone a friend, which I'll probably do for this one. Because she would come home at the same time every day, and when she did, the kitchen would always have freshly made dinner served for her. One day when the witch worked very late, she came home. Yeah. Ava, tell me, you seem like a wine mom. Tell me about wines.
おばさん、わかった。ヒントはね、魔女の帰りが普段よりとても遅くなったってところよ。
What, the ice cream would melt?
普段より遅いと
Okay.
何かあるの？
よく考えて。いつもの決まった時間に出来たてのご飯を作っておい
It's
たのよ。
all set on the table at the same time. I
というこ
gotcha.
とは、それよりずっと帰りが遅くなったら。
Nothing's wrong with a little melted ice cream. You just drink it. The ice cream.
アイスクリーム。魔女は帰りがすごく遅かったんだから、その頃にはもう溶けちゃってる。だから食べられない。
I mean, she could.
さす
Just not with. Oh, I was about to say not with a spoon, but no, yeah, she could. It would just be,
が。どう？
a bowl of sweet cream
エン
at
ジェちゃ
that
んは
point.
本当に賢いでしょ。
おめでとうございます、エンジェ様。感服いたし
I
ま
was
した。
thinking too hard about it.
このゴーダの腕によりをかけた難問
I
が
was thinking
こうもあっさり
But
解
is
かれ
it
てしまうとは。
is that a dry white wine or is it a sweet one? But if it's dry, would it really sate her thirst?
全然簡単だったもん。エヴァおばさんの問題の方が難しかった。
ありがとう。
Not really.
おめでとうございます。こちらが 私の問題に正解したご褒美のメダルでございます。
Thanks, Koda. I don't want to rely too much on Ava. Alright, that was easy. Now let's take a shot at Kumasawa-san's puzzle. So far, so good.
次は私でございます、ね。
Alright, give us your best shot, you old bag.
では、とっておきの難しい問題で。では、参りますよ。
難しいって、どのくらい？
Like a frozen mackerel upside the head, kind of hard.
それは、挑戦してみてのお楽しみ。それでは、私はサバのデザートの問題を出しましょう。
サバのデザート？
熊沢さんのこと、きっとおかしな問題に違いないわ。注意してかかりましょう。
Yeah, let's try not to get lost in the weeds. The cook was in trouble. The only part of the dinner left to prepare was the dessert, but he had no ingredients except for leftovers of a mackerel dish called sabara. However, the cook had a flash of inspiration. By adding in just one new letter to replace an old one, he could make a great dessert out of the leftovers. What letter did he use? Fish into... Shatbart? No. I'm not a big dessert guy, you know, shocker. This one's kind of rough. Shabara. Sabarha. Yeah, I don't know. Ava, help!
おばさん、わかった？
一文字を足せばって言うんだから。
Oh, switch one letter out.
答えに違いないわ。
I was adding one letter to it. Okay.
サバに一文字を加えてデザートにならない。あ、わかった。とにかく語尾に一文字を足してみて。それがまさに答えそのも。
Thanks, Ava. Okay, I was misreading it. I was thinking add a letter, not, you know, replace. Yeah, replace an old letter. Okay. I'm dumb and don't know how to read. Reading comprehension of a 2-year-old. Okay, all these I still don't know. Time to just start Googling things with, you know, I said I was gonna just kind of load, but that seems like a waste of time, because we're already on a roll. Dessert. Not salad. Ugh. Samara? That's not giving me anything. Let me go to images. I mean, I'm getting, like, places for a place called Samara, you know, Temptations. Looks good. But... okay, it might be a dessert. Sorry I'm not so worldly and I don't know all my fucking desserts ever made. God, that's a dessert, too. Satara, it's giving me, like, Indian stuff. All? What is the famous sweet dish of Satara? Dude, this ain't fair. Like, everything's coming up with stuff. I don't think it'd be E. Oh god, I don't even remember which one's... M? Samara? Did I already do that one? I already did that one. Fuck me, dude. Maybe if I just take out dessert, because it's trying to, like, recommend me, like, restaurants. Samara's it's kind of fruit. It's also giving me an oblast in Russia. Good to know. the most thrilling fucking commentary on YouTube. It's Satara is a city in India. Sahara's a desert. Can I save here? No. Fuck it. Let me go back and check to make sure that Satara desert. And this is just giving me, I don't know, desert places in the Indian city of Satara. So, probably not. So probably Samhara, maybe. Okay, that's giving me a lot of different places, but it's all stuff in like Seattle. Samhara Pacific Lodge restaurant, Samhara Bakery. There's a lot of places called it, so I'm gonna guess. What's this? Samara Sulan? That sounds like a. I don't know if that's a person or dessert. I'm getting stuff for like a Girl Scout fundraiser. Samhara, hey. Fuck you.
外れでございますよ。
わかんない。全然わかんない。
外れは外れでございます。ちょっとエンジェ様には難しい
Man, it was too hard for me.
もう熊沢さんったらいやらしい問題ね。
こんなのおかしい。サバがデザートになんかなるわけない。答えは何？教え
て。それを教えたら面白くございません。早く答えを見つけないと本当にデザートがサバになってしまいますよ。
Do we get to go again?
答え教えて。
ダメでございますよ。
Kumasawa smiled cheerily, but remained stubborn. No matter how much I bothered her, she probably won't tell me the answer.
以上で私どもの問題はおしまいでございます。他の方もエンジェ様が挑みに来るのを心待ちにしているでしょう。
Fucking dazzle.
さあ、次の方へぜひ挑戦を。
エンジェ様のご分をお祈りいたしておりますよ。
もっともっと頑張っていっぱいメダル
Nah, we're getting them all. We 100%ed this bitch.
くじけないくじけない。
By cheating with the
まだ
timeline.
まだ頑張りましょう。
We rushed away. Okay, who shall we take on next?
おや、私どもご指名ですか。
Just what? Oh, the game. It's messing up. All right, and I'm back. I'm fucking stupid. I can't read. Desert, not dessert. Desert. The Sahara Desert.
わかった。足す文字はく。サバにくを足して砂漠。
正解でございますよ。
Didn't even have to look that one up.
砂漠はつまり砂漠のこと。砂漠は英語でデザートって読むものね。
Look, I'm a working adult. I worked all day.
エンジェ英語知ってた。
I'm not at peak performance right now.
すごい？
さすがエンジェちゃん。頭なでなでしてあげる。
おばさんになでてもらうの。
I thought about it as I was skipping through. I'm like, wait a minute, dessert, desert. I'm like, that fucking bitch.
くを足したらデザートにもなるなんて。
She fucking word gamed me.
本当にサバはすごいですね。
そんなダジャレでデザートをサバにした日には、私の首が飛んでしまいそうです。
エンジェもやだ。
It's a nice gritty
デ
sand.
ザートはアイスがいい。
確かに。大丈夫よね。 今日のデザート。
We're having that fucking cake for the king for dessert.
サバのフルーツパフェが皆さんを驚かそうと待ち構えておりますよ。
そうなのや。
I throw on mackerel. I'll have some. Everyone burst out laughing. For some time after that, I was tormented by the terrifying image of a parfait neatly topped with mackerel bits. The omega-3 is good for your brain.
エンジェ様に素敵なご褒美をあげないよう邪魔をしてやろうと知恵を絞った問題が。
Though she said it, Kumasawa smiled. A gold-colored medal glittered in her wrinkly hand. Anjay took it.
さあ、これで私たちの問題は
この調子でどんどんメダルを手に入れて親方様から素敵なご褒美を獲得してくださいね。
うん、ありがとう。もっともっと頑張るね。
No thanks to you guys.
エヴァおば
この調子でどんどん行きましょう。
We rushed away. Okay, who should we take on next? Easy peasy. Was no doubt.
キリエ様の影に隠れておどおどしていた幼子が。
Okay, it seems like it's actually important because it seems like we only get these little in-between scenes if we get the questions right. So it's actually important that we do. So I'm not feeling bad about save scumming.
いつの間にかあんなに元気になって。
親族会議を重ねるたびに若者の成長を感じるものです。あと数年も経てばエンジ様も恋を覚え、化粧を覚え、やがては一人前のレディーに成長されるのでしょうね。
It's almost the 90s, you know. She'll learn of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys.
年月を重ねてくださったなら。
A cruel fate forces the chick called Anjay into a lonely future. If an egg isn't warmed, it won't hatch. The egg she is now will not be warmed by anyone, and neither will it hatch.
エンジェ様は冷え切った卵のまま孤独な未来を迎えるほかないのでしょうか。
卵の殻はいつだって内側から破られるもの。冷え切った殻はとてもとても硬いでしょうが。
Okay, yeah,
それでも破れぬもの
you
で
see,
はあり
the
ま
whole
せん。
point of warming it is so that way the chick inside doesn't die.
エンジェ様にその強さがあるでしょうか。
それを得ることができるか否か。それがこの最後のゲームと聞いています。
Which we need all the coins for.
私たちはもっと
We gotta roll that
メッ
gacha
セ
to
ージ
get
を
the
送
good
るべ
end.
きではないでしょうか。せめて
You gotta get that SSR fragment that's the good end from fucking Bernkastel's gacha. With these coins that we'll use for it.
自らの殻を割る力もないヒナを無理に卵の外へ出せば寒風に耐えることはできないでしょうね。エンジェ様はその力とたくましさを自ら得なければならないのです。
ですからその力とたくましさを私たちは何とか伝えることはで
You
きな
can't
い
just
で
give
しょ
her
う
the
か。
answer.
言葉とは
Even if you try right
与え
now.
られるものでなく
She's
受
not
け
gonna
止める
listen.
ものです。私たちが何を与えようともエンジェ様が受け止めなければ何の意味も。
She's not in the headspace to
そうですね。
receive those words.
私たちが何を伝えてもエンジェ様が耳を貸さなければ意味がない。
見守るしかないんですよ。馬を水場に連れて行くことはできても、飲ませることはできないのですから。
エンジェ様が
You ever try to force a horse through water?
自ら選
Yeah,
択
not a
し
very
てくれ
fun
ることを
task. Even if it's a little babbling creek, if they don't want to go through it, you know, they're gonna throw a fucking fit.
祈るしかありませんな。
And good luck trying to like drag a horse by the reins. You know, fun fact, horses are really fucking
諦
strong.
めと悲しみを紛らわせるた
Stronger
め
than
だ
you.
けの怒りに身を任せず、本当にエンジェ様が求めておられる
Really?
たった
Anjay?
一つの
Honesty?
願い
With
に純
herself?
粋であってさえくれれば、彼女は絶対に自分の一番の願いを叶えることができるでしょう。
皮肉なものです。その一番の願いを自ら一番最初に否定されているのですから。
笑う角に福来たる、泣きっ面に恥。信ずる者は救われる。
Make it till you make it, baby.
人の思いが、その強さが自分の未来を自ら生み出すのです。
せめてその言葉だけでもかけてあげたいものですが。
バトラ様も厳しい。
And no leading roles for you, Goda. Sorry.
そのような言葉さえも許さず、エンジェ様が自分の力だけで築いてくれることを願っている。
私たちには見守ることしかできないのですね。
だからせめて祈りましょう。彼女が最も望む未来をその手につかめるように。
おや、私どもご指名ですか。
どうせ全員に挑むもん。ねえおばさん。
ねえ。さあ、私
Yeah,
たち
you're all
に
just
問題を出して
obstacles
ちょ
to
うだい。
overcome.
サクサク解いちゃうんだから。
Alright, we'll do these two, and then that's where we'll
そ
call
う
it.
ですか、そうですか。
Save the second half for next time.
では、とっておきの問題を出さないといけませんな。
源氏、お前も何か出題してやるがいい。とっておきをな。
かしこまりました。それでは、とっておきを。
Whoa. I've been thinking that Genji-san would give me a simple puzzle, but now he's saying it'll be tough. Scary. I want to say it'll be a tough one, but that's not what it said. But I'll have to beat him at some point. I can't let myself get scared.
では、私から参りましょう。
Softball, please.
私はお医者さんですか
Gives a
ら。
nice underhanded.
救急車の問題でも出すとしましょう。
Ahwa. The word QQ, meaning emergency. In Japanese, if you add a certain number to emergency, you'll get a vehicle with a flashing red light, an ambulance. If you subtract question from 130, you'll get a different kind of vehicle with a red flashing light. In the US, if you add to emergency, you could either get any kind of vehicle, but only if you put it in reverse. What? The number is blank. Hint Q is the number in Japanese. Auntie Ava can help with this part. I know it's 9. So, I know it's like... Oh, God. It's not 911 in Japanese. It's like 119 or something. I have no qualms with asking Ava for help on this one, because it's asking about Japanese emergency services.
でも、救急は文字でしょ？数字足す文字なんて計算できないよ。
Which is why the emergency service number.
救急ってのが、なんだかダジャレっぽいわね。ほら、救急って99とも聞こえない？
つまり、ハテナに99を足すと救急車になるってこと？
ハテナ足す99で出てくる数字がどうして救急車になるのかしら。わかった。
え、ほんと？なにどうして？
ヒントね。救急車じゃない赤いランプの車とはパトカーのことよ。
Yeah, I don't know the different
もうわかった
phone
んじゃない？
numbers to dial for an ambulance or the police in Japan. That wasn't very helpful. Okay, 1. If you subtract 1 from 130, you'll get a different kind of vehicle, 129? Or is it asking like 100? Ugh. In the US, if you add blank to emergency, 9... What? QQ... What? 11? What? Hold on. I need to like actually write this one out. This one's throwing me for a loop here. It's the subtraction one that's throwing me off. they get a different kind of vehicle with red flashing lights. Okay, I'm actually just gonna Google what the emergency services number is in Japan. Number for ambulance service in Japan. Yeah, it's 119. Okay. So, 119 there. So that would be the one, yeah? In Japanese, if you add a certain number to emergency, you'll get a vehicle with red flashing lights, an ambulance. If you subtract it from one... Okay, so would it be... I'm just going to Google what the phone number, like 129, is in Japan to see if that'll give me any results. Phone number 129, Japan. List of emergency numbers. I don't care about Afghanistan. What? Fine, emergency service numbers, Japan. Let's just go with that. Emergency service numbers, Japan. U.S. consulate, I don't care. Okay, so police is 110. So police is 110. So it would have to... What? 110, that would be 20. Okay. And in the US, if you add 20 to 99, you'll get either vehicle, but only if you put it in reverse. Okay, so... So 9920 is... Don't make fun of my math. It's gonna be 119. Okay, yeah, cool. It's 20, which is D.
20に99を加えると119。
The issue I was running with at first is like, is 9 and 9 like comma? Like these are two separate, like, this is not the tens place and the single digits place, like 99.9. Like, are we talking like individual units instead of like a combined like arithmetic equation?
救急車を呼ぶ番号。
130から20を引くと
Which is for police.
こっちは
You know, mea culpa on my part if all of you have memorized, you know, emergency service numbers in Japan. A bunch of fucking weebs, I wouldn't put it past you. You know, look at where you are, huh? But yeah. No shame in Googling that one. Add 20 to 99 and written reverse and get 911, the US number for both.
お見事、正解だ。やはりエンジェさんは頭が柔軟ですな。
おお、やるではないか、エンジェ。さすが賢いぞ、我が孫よ。
おめでとう。これはあんたのメダルだ。
Thanks, Santa. At any rate, the gold medal glittered in Naja's hands is now mine. Okay, I'll defeat Genji 2 and get another one.
そうそう、その息をどんどん解いていっちゃいましょう。
And it'll probably take me like 20 minutes to beat Genji, so that'll put us at like a good like 2 hours 15 minutes, which is you know, definitely a good place to stop. I don't blame you if you're skipping through this part just to get to the solution instead of like hearing me going and me writing to, you know, fucking get my thoughts on paper.
どんな問題が飛び出すやら、私も興味深いぞ。
それではエンジェ様、お覚悟を出題させていただきます。
All right. I've never heard anyone say prepare yourself like that when giving a quiz. I started to get so tense that my stomach began to hurt.
大丈夫よ。しっかり。
Auntie Ava gripped my hand firmly, and my stomachache got a little better. Oh, buddy. Alright. 6-year-old division, though. No long division. It's been a hot minute, not gonna lie. Most of the time, whenever I have to, like, divide fuel values in order to distribute evenly in my airplane's fuel tanks when I'm refueling, I'll be honest, I bust out my calculator every single time. Occasionally, I'll, like, take my pencil and I'll, like, draw some fucking division on the side of the aircraft, but then I'll always double-check it with my calculator. Mainly, it's just faster and easier, and there's no chance of human error. You know, I forget to carry a 1, and all of a sudden, we're fucking 4,000 pounds too light, and we can't take off, and then we gotta call for refuel again. That's not good. This is bad. I did learn division, but I'm not very good at it. Okay, we have a lit candle 5 centimeters in length. The candle is made so that half of its remaining length burns away over the course of each hour. This is like one of those puzzles where it's like you're dividing by half each time, so then sequentially it just like gets smaller and smaller, but then it never runs out because we're always going by half. But that's not what this is, I hope. Each hour, the candle is half as long as it was before, and when the length is 1 centimeter or less, the flame goes out. After 3 hours, the flame has disappeared. What was the length of the candle at that time? Okay. So 5 divided by 2, 2.5, 2.5 divided by 2, 1.15 centimeters, and that divided by 2. Let me draw it out because now we're in like 3 digits. It should be. Oh god, I was wondering what was crawling on my leg, but it was my my fucking microphone aux cable, you know, dragging along my thigh, and it felt like something crawling, and I wanted to die. That would be like 0.75. No, that's not right. That would be 1.5. It would be about 6 centimeters. Yeah? Yeah. But then again, this is the 21st century, and I have a calculator in my pocket. Get fucked, Genji. 5 divided by 2, 2.5. Divided by 2, 1.25. Divided by 2, 6.25. That's 6 millimeters. And this is metric, so we don't have to worry about weird fraction conversions, like fucking 1/8 of an inch or whatever. C. That's 6 millimeters. You fucking bitch.
どうして？エンジちゃんと計算した。
この問題はね、計算の必要はなかったのよ。すっかり騙されちゃったわね。
Ah, fuck you. See you guys in a second. Alright, let's read through it again. We have a lit candle, 5 centimeters in length. This candle is made so that half of its remaining length burns away over the course of each hour. Each hour, the candle is half as long as it was before, and when the length is 1 centimeter or less, the flame goes out. After 3 hours, the flame has disappeared. What is the length of the candle at the time? 1 centimeter. So 10 millimeters. Just had to think about it more. If he tells me I'm dumb, then yeah. 10 millimeters.
5センチが1時間で 2.5 センチになって
Less than or equal to, and it was less than, so. Which means we essentially have to round up.
また1時間で 1.25 センチになって
Pretty much the whole beginning of that paragraph was garbage. Oh god, it's like I'm fucking studying for my SATs again. You have to learn how to read math questions.
0.625 センチになって
エンジェちゃん、計算は必要ないのよ。問題をよく思い出してみて。ろうそくは何センチになったら消えちゃうんだっけ？
10 millimeters.
ああ、騙されるとこだった。長さが1センチになったら消えちゃうんだから、どう燃えても関係ないんだ。
You squirrely little fuck, Genji. Can't believe you try to pull one over on me. Good thing I'm a genius and would never be tricked by something as so simple as a word problem. The flame on this candle dies when the candle is 1 centimeter in length. In other words, it can never go shorter than 1 centimeter. So the right answer is the 5th choice, about 10 millimeters. I'll be honest, my brain didn't autocorrect 10 millimeters to 1 centimeter. I was just thinking of fucking ratchet sizes. No one would ever say, oh yeah, I have a 1 centimeter ratchet. No, I mean, or 1 centimeter socket. I have a fucking 10 millimeter socket. My goddamn fucking, those combi units tried to trick me. Yeah, almost. Good thing we're better than that.
割り算はできますかなんて聞いておいて、あれが引っ掛けだったわけね。
はい、申し訳ございません。
Yeah, he led me by the nose.
源氏さんはたまに表情一つ変えずに引っ掛けてきますからな。
おめでとうございます、源氏様。こちらが私の問題を正解したことの証である。
ありがとう。エバーバさん。
Not gonna lie, I'm a little salty. I got tricked by that one.
いい調子ね。
まだまだ集める。
It makes me think maybe I should sign up for more college classes. I need to get smarter. Get an education. My brain's all fucking soft and spongy.
頑張れ、エンジェさん。あんたのブーンを祈ってるよ。
他の方もお待ちでしょう。さあ、ぜひ次の方に挑戦を。
ありがとう。もっともっと頑張るね。
We dashed away. There's still many people waiting to give me puzzles. I have tons of chances to get medals. Okay, who should I challenge next? Seven, lucky number. After Anjay and Ava left, Battler, who had been watching their progress, came over. He's not going to comment on me reloading, is he? Look, I'm not doing it for my personal pride. I'm doing it so Anjay can have the most fulfilling experience here in Phantom Rokenjima. You know, it's all for her sake, I promise.
源氏さんの問題聞いてたぜ。
Fucking mean.
俺もうっかり騙されちまうところだったぜ。
恐縮でございます。
しかし意外だぜ。源氏さんがこういうフェイクっぽい問題を出すなんてな。もっと素直な、わかりやすい問題を出すとばっかり思ってたぜ。
Now, we know at this point, Genji's got a bit of a sense of humor to him.
我が友は無
He's just stoic
口で
about
あ
it.
るからそう思われがちであるが、こやつめ、こう見えてなかなかの策士
ですな。源氏さんとチェスを戦えばそれがよくわかりますぞ。
私とて時折騙される。この真面目そうな顔でシャーシャーと私を引っ掛けるのだ。昔からそうであるぞ。なのに何度騙されても私は引っかかる。
He's got no fucking gives.
そういえばさ、源氏さんとじい様ってどういう縁なの？
I don't know, they're besties. What do you mean? Just an instant, Kinzo glanced at Genji's face. Well, to be fair, that's also kind of like a question that kind of puts you on the spot, you know, like when you have to, you know, formulate in words, you know, in a quick, concise manner, what your relationship with someone is. Apparently, he didn't plan on touching on this subject if Genji had any objections. However, Genji began to answer the question himself, as though the matter was no longer deserving of secrecy.
私と親方様はかつて台湾にてご縁がありました。
ご縁とはよそよそしい。悪友であるわ。こやつも私も金持ちの宝刀息子。親に迷惑をかけてばかりのろくでなしであったわ。
Yeah, just a bunch of rich ruffians causing trouble in Japanese-occupied Taiwan. Oh boy. I'm sure they got up to, you know, nothing bad whatsoever.
そりゃびっくりだぜ。じゃあ、源氏さんもかつて台湾に移住してて、そこでじい様に？
いえ、私は台湾の人間。
Okay, when you say you're native of Taiwan, do you mean you're, you know, a Chinese native of Taiwan, a Japanese born in Taiwan, or one of the actual, you know, native peoples of Taiwan? That's a loaded statement, bud.
源氏さんは台湾の出身なのです。いえ、戦前は日本領でしたから、源氏さんももちろん日本人でしたがな。
Again, considering he's from a wealthy family, that it should have answered itself right there.
出会ったばかりの頃は喧嘩ばかりよ。意気投合してからは宿場の友と呼ぶにふさわしい最高の友人であった。
戦後にいろいろと混乱がありました。その混乱の中、私を助けてくださったのが親方様なのです。その時のご恩は生涯かけても
Yeah, I doubt
返しきれないものです。
the non-Japanese population of the island of Taiwan was very cordial, amicable with their former Japanese overlords after being returned to you know, Chinese possession. Which then again, I'm not going to touch on any of that.
それを言うな、我が友よ。私がもう
So
少
it only
し
gets more
上手に
complicated
説
from
得
there.
できていれば、お前の家族たちも連れてくることができた。私が不甲斐ないばかりに、お前しか救えなかった。
I don't know much about the details of Taiwan's history, but apparently there was still a lot of chaos there even after the war ended and Japan pulled out. Kinzo, predicting this chaos before it happened, worked out a way for Genji and his family to escape. However, Genji's family possessed great wealth in Taiwan. They were unable to abandon it, and they decided to remain there. This wealth had been built up thanks to their close relationship with the Japanese-run government of Taiwan. The new regime after the war was unlikely to welcome them with open arms. Much mayhem and confusion followed, and Genji was the only one who escaped harm. I don't know what happened to make this man, referred to by Kinzo as a troublesome prodigal son, change so drastically to become the person he is today. That is a story of friendship between the two of them, and there could hardly be any point in an unrelated person sifting through history books to argue for their personal interpretation. They had been good friends since long ago, and they owed each other their lives. Though the troubled times had tossed them about, their friendship held firm for decades. Genji's role was now that of a butler, but when the two of them were alone in the study, they sometimes shared a drink and reminisced about the days of their youth. And they're still that way today. Leaving Kinzo and Genji to reminisce, Battler walked off on his own. It would be rude to ask for any more detail, and there was no need to know. Kinzo and Genji had been friends since long, long ago. That information was nothing new. I think it's time to take a break, Ava, so that's why we are ending it here for today. Once again, like, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. See you guys all next time for the next episode of Umineko, where we will continue our little trivia fucking riddle quest, where I totally won't get duped anymore. Promise. Pinky promise. And I'll have to check what the poll was looking like for when I was going to be uploading my videos from now on, which even if the majority decided on like 6 p.m. or whatever, I'm still late on this upload. Oops. Is what it is. Hey, I didn't feel like recording yesterday. It just didn't. I wasn't in the mood. I didn't have the energy. Like, I tried. It's like, you boot up the game, you get OBS going, and you just kind of stare at the screen, and you're like, nah, the vibes are off. Like, even if I tried, like, I wouldn't be enjoying it. Not that I don't enjoy, you know, reading this or doing this. It's just like, sometimes you just don't want to do something, you know? So I'm like, fuck it. fuck it, I'll play, I don't know, Oblivion. I played modded Oblivion. It was good. I liked it. I'm playing like a Breton Paladin, you know, a heavy armor, fucking sword and board, and kind of mace guy with, like, restoration magic. That was fun. Oblivion's a good game, especially when it's modded. Oblivion gets shit on, but, you know, I like it. Mainly because it was my first one, because, you know, I was a fucking Xbox kid. I don't know where I'm going with this. Catch you guys later. Bye. I need to edit this video. Mwah.